Hi, and welcome to another podcast from Embrace Marketing. My name's Kieran, and I'm the Digital Director here.
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm the MD of Embrace.
So our series of podcasts looks at tackling the challenges that we see organisations face. Today we're looking at branding and our holistic solution to that, the RiSE brand model. So what are the challenges that we see organisations face?
I think there are lots of challenges really. I think one of the main ones is around branding isn't always seen as a strategic business tool. So for example, when all the employees are sharing the same brand ethos, values, beliefs, then everybody's heading in the same direction, which is a really powerful thing. I think also you've got kind of two things. One, that organisations can have really kind of compelling brand messages and brand visual identities, but the actual customer and brand experience doesn't align with that. Or we see organisations that are almost their industry's best kept secret. They really, really excel in their field. However, their brand communications and their brand identity doesn't reflect what they truly stand for. And I think finally, there are lots of organisations that lead with very rational brand messaging. So these are the types of organisations when you go on their website and all of their messaging is very, very rational, and there's no kind of emotional connection there with the audience.
As I said, we've got a solution for this called the RiSE brand model, but first of all, what does RiSE stand for?
So RiSE stands for Research, Ignite, Share and Evaluate. So the model really starts off with the research phase, where we really want to understand the brand purpose and vision. We'll look at things like the brand ethos, the personality. We'll do insight work with all types of stakeholders, from customers through to employees. We'll do some competitor analysis. We really, really want to get a true picture of what really differentiates that organisation, what their true personality is, and only then can we really start to pull that together in the next stage, which is Ignite, where we generate differentiated brand value propositions. We address the brand values, make sure that they align with what truly is right for the organisation and the brand. We look at the tone of voice and the brand identity. So for example, your logo, your brand assets, your brand messaging, and then all of that is translated through to the share phase. We see lots of organisations that might do a rebrand, but then they don't shout about it. It's a great opportunity to really do a strong brand launch so that you can extend your reach and get everybody engaged with your brand. And we're not just talking here about kind of new brands and new organisations, we're also talking about refreshing existing brands as well. Which is much of our work really. And then it's making sure that it's not just launching the brand, but brand awareness is a consistent thread that runs throughout the marketing strategy and the plan for the entire year. And that brand and the messaging needs to have a thread of consistency in all of the marketing communications to get that truly kind of distinctive and clear and compelling brand. And then it's really important to think about the stakeholder experience. So often people forget about the employees, and through this work we make sure that the branding very much factors in the employees and their perceptions, and their values and things like that. But it's making sure that the brand lives on a day-to-day basis, and everybody's got that same kind of shared belief and ethos, and we do quite a lot of kind of customer engagement type work and workshops and things, and then ultimately it's got to work, hasn't it? Yeah. So the evaluate stage is looking at brand equity, going back to the beginning, saying, okay, well, how do the stakeholders now perceive the brand versus how they perceived it previously, looking at things like analytics and things so we can really see the ROI.
And as well as the RiSE brand model, we've also got the RiSE brand challenge. So how does that work?
So this is kind of where it started really. So sat down with loads of post-it notes and just basically posed a number of questions on the types of things that people might need to consider going across the kind of the brand journey. So this is basically a roadmap to the entire brand journey. It goes through each of the steps of research, ignite, share and evaluate. And there's a series of questions that you go through from the very beginning. You answer yes or no, and it basically, if you keep answering yes, you keep going through the journey. If you answer no, then it means you need to do more work in each of the stages. So for example, one of the questions in the research stage is, do you know your future market? Another one is, do you know how customers perceive your brand? The answer is yes. Brilliant, you go on to the Ignite stage. So in the Ignite stage, we've got things like, is your brand differentiated? Do you have clear brand messages? Going on to the Share stage, we have, do you integrate your brand awareness campaigns across all channels? Are employees on board with your brand proposition and values? Those types of questions. And then finally, in the Evaluate stage, we have things like, has your brand helped you achieve your business objectives? So it's very kind of clear the different steps you have to kind of take, and it's, as we keep saying, it's very much a holistic model, and it covers the entire brand journey to really make sure that you get your brand as powerful as it can possibly be.
Perfect, thank you. Now, Becky only covered a few of the questions that feature in the roadmap. So if you'd like your copy of the RiSE brand roadmap, please email us at hello@weareembrace.com. Thanks for listening.
Thanks.